Hello and welcome to this review for the game Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig. This game was sent to me as a review copy by STONEMAIER Games, so it is sponsored content, although that is about it. I got the game and I'm not getting paid for it in any other way, but thank you very much STONEMAIER Games for sending me this game. I know the company from the game Scythe, right there in my living room, so it's always on display. Scythe has some gorgeous artwork. If you know STONEMAIER Games, you do know Scythe, and the artwork on that is impeccable. So yeah, let's get to it. Between Two Castles, that's the way people say it, Between Two Castles, because Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig is quite a mouthful. So first, the material, the contents. Well, the box itself is already of very good quality. By the way, I'll just give you the spoiler right now. This is going to be a good review. STONEMAIER Games explicitly says, when you make a review, be honest. If you're negative about the game, just be negative. Don't pretend as if you like the game if you don't. I did. I was really pleasantly surprised by this, and I'll get to that later. But first, the contents, the box itself, good material. I did buy a new game recently from a different publisher, and it's a really nice game, and I don't mind damaged components that much. But I still think it speaks a little bit about how it says something about how much a publisher cares about the product they're releasing. The game, I bought it new, it was still wrapped, and when I unwrapped it, one of the corners was already completely torn up. Again, it's fine because it's a really fun game, and I don't think the box will fall apart eventually. It's just one corner, but in this case, not gonna happen. If this tears, something happened to it. It's not poor production quality. The rule book, yeah, you can't feel this, but I'm not sure. I think this is what they call a linen finish. It has a really nice, soft feel to it, a quality feel. So also the rules were very simple. As you can see, one page takes up more space in I can't think of the word. Take more drawings, pictures than it does text. Good morning. So yeah, it was a really simple explanation. Well done. Also, yeah, well, there's not much to explain. I'll get to it later, but the gameplay is so simple. If you would like to know how to play the game, I have a separate video for that. That's part 1. Normally I do 2 separate videos. I do setup and tutorial, because personally whenever I watch a tutorial, I'm not interested in the setup because I can usually figure that out myself. I just want to know, what is this game, how is it played? But for Between Two Castles, the setup was too short to make a separate video out of it. You have it on the table like that. So if you do want to see take a good look at all the components and how to play this game, look at that video. It's also a fairly short video. I think it's about 10 minutes long, 11 minutes, and I do go into a little bit of detail, so that says it. But we have these boxes with tiles in them. Not only that, there's 2. One big box, one big tray, one small tray, and they actually interlock when you place them in the box. They are made to fit on top of each other. So aside from the quality, so this is good stuff. The tiles inside, thick cardboard, they're all fine. They will last. Some nice looking wooden player figures in the shapes of castles. Also fit inside the tray. There's space for them. Aside from the quality, this is also a game that's made for people who play board games. Just thinking that doing that one extra step instead of just putting it inside the box, well, why not put it inside the box in such a way that it actually makes sense, it all fits, it's all handy. So good work. And that's all there is to say about that. Excellent quality, and it has that one step extra where it just is also functional. So, the game. There's also not much to say about that. First off, it is a really good game. I was not expecting it. I link this one to another game that I played once, and I did not like that game. But maybe that isn't the game's fault, because I didn't get a really good explanation. Plus, it was hosted by someone who wasn't, yeah, in my opinion, wasn't being a very nice host. So I don't know. It was a bit of a sour day when I played that one game, and it's in a way linked to this game. So I didn't really have good expectations of this one either. I think, oh, it's based on that other game, and this is with tiles only. So I don't know. I mean, I always have a slight preference for a board, an actual game board. I took out the rule book and I started reading it, and it's not that it never happens, but it doesn't happen constantly that I read a rule book and just reading it already excites me for the game. Like, oh, is this how you play it? Oh, that actually sounds like fun. I can't wait to do it. And luckily I didn't have to wait that long. Currently, with the 2021 lockdown measures in the Netherlands, we are allowed to have one person over as a guest. So, and I live together with my partner, so that's 3 players. Is the recommended minimum for this one. I haven't tried the 2-player variant, but it's basically meant for 3 to 7 players. So I'm excited to try it with 7 people one time. So yeah, where was I? Already getting excited when I read the rule book and I got to play it with 3 players. Because what you do, and I think this, I don't know if there was already an existing game before this one, because Between Two Castles is from 2018. It's fairly new. I don't know if there's another game with that same element. If there is, I don't know it. For me, this is the first time that I'm playing an existing game where I'm working together with other players. Maybe not, if you're with a big group, you're not working together with everyone, but you're working together with at least 2 people, the one person on your left and the person on your right. But you are playing for yourself. It is not a cooperative game, it is a competitive game. Because there is only one winner. The person with the most points wins the game. And you do that by putting a lot of effort into making a good castle on your left side and a good castle on your right side with the other players. But eventually the lowest score of both castles is your score. So if I score 50 and 60, 50 is my final score. So the more I try to get, you have to try to get both of them up. You can't say, you know what, I'm going to put all my effort into the left castle and the right castle can whatever, it's not getting my attention. Well, then that's going to be your final score. You have to try to do both. Plus, the player interaction. There are games, plenty of games nowadays where you're basically looking down at your own player mat and a little at the board, and player mat and the board. And you can look at what the other players do, but especially if you're playing it for the first time, that type of game, you'll be focused on yourself. And they can be really nice games, but as far as player interaction goes, absolutely nothing. This one, you have no choice. You have to interact with the other players. And I thought that was a fantastic element. I got this one and one other game as a new game, and that game was really my partner's favorite theme. And it turned out to be a really nice game, and yet he preferred this one. We played both games in the same day, and he had a preference for Between Two Castles because of that player interaction element. It's so much fun. I mean, yeah, you're both trying to make the best of it, and you only have a limited number of resources to work with. You start around with 9 tiles, and yeah, you have to pick two, and yeah, and also keeping in mind, oh, I would like this one for this castle and this one for this castle, but it is possible that your partner on the other side says, hey, why not give me that one because that one works. So, and also the tiles that you didn't pick, you pass on to the next player, and you can already keep it in mind, I hope, that she or he will pick that tile, because once I've placed this one, then in the next turn, that one's going to be really good for us. So yeah, it is that sort of strategizing, trying to sort of telepathically connect to both partners on what you're going to do. So I thought it was amazing. Explaining this game was so easy. Is that you play 2 rounds, you take a number of tiles, you pick 2 tiles, and those 2 tiles are going to go on your castle. The only thing that takes a bit more time to explain is how the points work. But if you're not watching a video and you're actually playing this game, you can do all of that explaining as you go. So yeah, I mean, I can go on about how positive I am about this game. But I think you get the point. I was just really pleasantly surprised, maybe because I had a sort of I already had an idea of what the game probably was going to be like, and I still had that negative connection to that other game that's sort of connected to this one. So yeah, it both surprised me that it turned out to be quite different and that it turned out to be so much fun. So yeah, I can't say that I wasn't being honest. This is my honest review. I really liked it. It's a recommendation for both experienced players and yeah, if you want to introduce something to new players, people who aren't that experienced with board games in general, yeah, this is the one. Also with groups, as soon as we can be together again in big groups, I'm so excited to give this one a try. Anyway, that's it for me for Between Two Castles. Thank you very much for watching this review, and see you for the next one.